D&DU is a podcast about, some kids going to college, so naturally there's some degenerate behavior. Content warnings can be found in the description of this episode. Have you ever been raised from the dead by a necromancer? I have. Hi, I'm Duncan, and I'm a human who was forced into eternal servitude by an unknown necromancer. You might be asking yourself, wait, didn't you die last episode? The answer is yes. But you don't have to worry about that with the Do Evil, Avoid Death guarantee, or DEAD for short. The DEAD guarantee lets you rise from the shackles of death, no questions asked. I sure didn't ask questions, and now I'm a Death Knight with no other purpose in life other than to do evil. Or maybe become human again. If you sign up for the DEAD guarantee today, then we'll throw in not one, not two, but 3 extra ribs in case you happen to lose some on the way. Send a crow our way now to get this amazing offer. The next 100 crows will also get a bottle of Weeps, meant to keep your bald, skeletal skull glistening even in the dead of night. Sign up for the DEAD guarantee today, and not even death can hold you down. And welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons University, a D&D campaign loosely set in the world of Faerun about 4 kids, or not kids, I guess they're kind of teenagers, young adults, going to college for the first time at the University of Waterdeep. My name is Ethan. I am the DM for this campaign, and my fun fact for NPC this week is about Fran. So, fun fact about Fran is that she loves to wear thigh-high boots. Yeah, She loves them. I don't know if I've described her as her wearing them in the past, but she loves wearing them. Yeah. All right, Anthony.
Hello, I am Anthony. I play Jim, the cleric, the Arakakra, and my fun fact is that, unfortunately, much to Jim's, what's the word? Shame, I guess you would say, he is in fact 1% puffin. It's he doesn't like to talk about it. His great grandfather's been disowned for what he did, so don't bring it up. It's a sore subject.
I feel like there might be a future investigation or history check for Jim.
Related to puffins. All right,
we can do a 23andMe. All right, Jack.
Hi, my name's Jack, and I play Gundrick Farforge, and my fun fact is that Gundrick, while incredibly superstitious, also for some reason has a decent understanding of magic.
As described by your high Arcana stat.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm Quinn, and I play Skiz. And fun fact about Skiz is he only has 2 teeth, technically.
What do you mean technically?
So the teeth are each in like a band, one on top, one on bottom. So he has like same amount of surface area as you would expect of like 2, but they're all connected.
So they're all just like one big teeth each?
One big curved in like a horseshoe kind of shaped tooth on top and one on bottom.
Dang, that might suck to get a cavity.
Are they like the same width, or like?
It's like it gets skinnier in the front and then it goes around. But yeah, like it's one tooth.
Okay. Oh,
and he's got monsters.
Well, at least you don't have to floss, I guess.
Nope, never has, never will.
Oh, true. That's an advantage. I'd be down for that.
Nice.
I'm Kirsten. I play Thad Ladley, and Thad is lactose intolerant, but like most people who are lactose intolerant, he just behaves as if he's not.
Gotcha. So wait, so the past times he's been eating like nachos and eggs with cheese on them, has there been a situation?
It's just, rancid farts for the next couple hours.
Oh. So, I mean, it's good you guys went to the sewers that first day, so it could,
Is that what I smelled last night? I mean, we just had mac and cheese, right? Like, damn.
Yeah, it's tough. But he just, he carries on.
So, just a quick recap. You guys completed a couple more requests. One involved serving at a local tavern with tavern owner Billy Goat, where you met some new faces. You met with some old faces. It was a good time overall, except for that one racist incident, I guess, with
I lost
Billy
all
Goat.
respect for Billy Goat.
With Billy Goat and Thelandiel the Drow. To be fair, Thelandiel did seem pretty cool. So, yeah. And later on that day, you also took on Duncan the Death Knight, and you defeated him and gained some admiration from the villagers there. So that's kind of what happened last time. But this, okay, so yeah, so for going forward, game system wise, we're still going to have the main system be you guys will take on requests every week for a variety of things. Either it's like combat or more like role playing or like acting or just normal, I guess, stuff. That's how you guys are going to level and how you do everything like that. But since there was a slight desire to still go to class since we're in university, we're going every week. I'm going to give each player one free action to basically do whatever you want. Either you can go to class, you can go hang out with a specific NPC, or do anything else on campus. So for classes, there's going to pretty much be a class for each skill or profession. So let's say there's like a perception class. Every time you so there's going to be kind of a series of 3 classes for each skill. So let's say you go to Perception 101. And after you go to the lecture and complete the homework for the lecture, you'll gain +1 to that skill.
How is that gonna work on like D&D Beyond?
I'm pretty sure we can just manually override the modifier, if I'm not mistaken. I can play with that later, but if anything, we can just kind of keep track of it in like a different place, like the description or something like that. But you can also, yeah. So once you, for your first year,
There's a skill override.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so for your first year, there'll be 101, 102, and 103 classes for each skill or profession. So in Gundrik's case, you can go to like stonemasonry 101 and stuff like that. And then any like stonemason check or like proficiency check, you'll get an additional bonus to that. Since I feel like Gundrik actually wants to learn how to do stonemasonry. So
I'm sure there's going to be so many stonemasonry checks.
yeah. And so that's only kind of one aspect of the free action. Another aspect is like you can go hang out with an NPC. So for example, Fran invited Jim to hang out and investigate the purple gem. Yeah, quote unquote hang out. So if Jim wants to hang out with Fran and do that, then he can spend his free action for the week doing that. So yeah, you can use your free action anytime during the week. I'll say for today we're kind of on like the Thursday of the week, I think. No, we're on the Wednesday of the week, so we're in like the middle of the week. So you'll have a couple more days to, flesh out your free action if you want to. But otherwise, I think that's a kind of a fair way to how it'll work. Yeah. Any questions?
Okay. Like, do they have to be like niche skills, or like, can you just be like, I want strength?
No, it'll have to be any of the skills listed on the character sheet. So like acrobatics, animal handling, yeah. So you'll get +1 to those specific skills or proficiencies.
Okay.
So I think it'll be more fair that way, because adding just a raw +1 to your strength will just affect so many other things. So
We'll probably get out of hand very quick. Yes.
Yeah, so that's why I'm limiting it just to the skills, because I mean I don't see the harm in like having a +9 in like perception or like performance or anything. I mean that's fine to me. So
just wait for what Quinn comes up with. He's gonna be cooking.
Okay, so yeah, there's no questions. Let's dive into today's content. So you guys went to bed, obviously, after the events of yesterday, after defeating Duncan and doing the tavern and whatnot. So yeah, you wake up to a brand new day, and for once, you do not smell breakfast. So yeah, what do you guys want to do when you wake up?
feel like breakfast is part of what wakes Skiz up, so he's kind of just, or like what alerts him to do anything else. So he's kind of just like in his room, like doing shady shit and just like not aware that it's time to like get up and start his day.
Gotcha.
I mean, I probably walk down into the kitchen, see what's going on.
So yeah, we'll just start with that, I guess. So when Jim walks down to the kitchen, you see Sar, and she is frantically packing a bag.
What's going on, Sar?
And she goes, "Oh, I got called to do a very last minute thing, so I won't be able to accompany you guys on your request today. I've left the paper and the address and whatever on the table, but I really need to go now. So could you like go wake up the others for me? I have to skedaddle right now."
Yeah, sure. What's going on?
She goes, it's nothing, just a quick little thing I have to do outside of the city, but I should be back at the end of the day, so definitely, debrief me whenever you guys come back. So yeah. And she gives you a quick hug, and she sprints out the door with no further explanation.
Okay.
And yeah, so on the table that she left behind the request paper and also the address for the request.
Okay. I suppose I will go wake up the other people. We're gonna start at Gundrick because I think he's the closest.
Yep.
So I will knock on Gundrick's door and be like, "It's time to get up, Gundrick."
And you just hear, "Okay," and I like open the door, and I've just been like carving stuff this morning. Like I have like a little like wooden figure that I've been carving, and I'm like, "Is breakfast ready?"
Breakfast hasn't been made yet. We'll have to make it ourselves.
Oh shucks, where's Sar?
She had to go out. She said she'd be back later today. She didn't really want to tell me what was going on, so.
Unfortunate. Oh well, and I head downstairs.
Okay, and then we'll go get Skiz. Skiz, wake up.
What's up, boss? Where's the breakfast at? I don't smell nothing.
There's no grub. You're gonna have to make it yourself.
No grub?
No grub.
I got some extra rocks. It's okay. I'll just munch on them on the way.
Whatever works for you, I guess.
All right, I'll head downstairs too.
And then we gotta go get Thad Ladley, of course. Thad, wake up.
Thad's gonna be like deep sleep, and then when he hears you, he just one of those like, and like kind of looks around real confused. He's like, "What's going on?
It's time to wake up.
Where's the bacon?"
I don't know. Have to see if there's any bacon. Grub hasn't been made yet.
Okay, and he's gonna slowly make his way downstairs with everyone.
Okay, so we can all regroup downstairs in the kitchen.
When Skiz is downstairs, I'm like, "Hey Skiz, do you know how to cook?"
Yeah, I know a little bit here and there.
I don't trust this.
Yeah, question.
Well, Skiz had
That was not very convincing. I don't know how to cook, so I hope Bird knows how to cook.
Skiz didn't really have like a home life or anything, so he's had to look after himself, so he knows how to cook for himself. But he's unwilling to cook for everybody.
Skiz eats rocks.
Skiz does also eat rocks.
Skiz is gonna be cooking the bacon like right in front of Thad. It's like sizzling in Thad's face, but
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna start whipping up a single portion of bacon and eggs.
Wow.
It's very.
Do I have to roll for that?
Let's see. What would be a good roll for that? Survival. Let's roll survival.
Okay, it's decent. 14.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. You whip up a pretty hearty plate of bacon and eggs for yourself.
Alright, so I think me and Thad are probably entering. What is there for food? Do we know?
Yeah. I mean, if you look in the pantry, you got some like barn eggs. You got it's mainly kind of, they don't obviously have a solid refrigeration system, so it's just kind of like slabs of raw meat that you can just take. They also don't really have a lot of cleanliness, I guess, in this day and age. I don't know if there's like a cleaning spell or preserving spell. Maybe I can look into that.
I don't think I'm not too concerned about how clean it is.
How does Jim feel about eggs?
I was just thinking about that as well.
Ah.
It's as long as it's not a higher evolved form
And
of
it's
bird,
not
he's
an
okay with
Aarakocra.
it. Yeah,
I've watched
yeah.
my computer to the
All right.
Good question.
Do you want to roll?
Where do Aarakocra come from?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. That I do not know off the top of my head.
Guys, I
Yeah,
can't roll anymore.
are they eggs actually? That's a good question.
I don't think they're eggs. I doubt they're eggs.
Oh, okay. So I don't.
The bean has stolen Quinn's computer.
So yeah, I don't think they are. They come from eggs. I
Then
think.
he's fine with it.
I think they come. Well, from what I'm looking at, they come from the elemental plane of air. So they're more like.
Just appear.
Yeah.
But birds eat eggs though. It's fine.
Oh wait, no, they do come from eggs, but they do come from eggs.
Oh, as long as it's not Aarakocra eggs, it's fine.
That's so strange. I don't get how that works.
Yeah, I don't know either. I try not to think about that, but if we want to delve
But you'll
into
have to think about that once Jim starts trying to knock up Fran.
Oh no. Okay. All right. I guess moving on from that. So I guess from that, I'm guessing everyone's making breakfast in some sort of capacity.
Yes, I want bread. Is there bread?
Oh, there's most definitely bread.
I take all of the bread that I can find and just start eating it.
Gotcha.
Just bread.
Yeah.
Did you go for the butts first?
Jim's not too picky. You know, he's just kind of picking at it, like, you know. No.
Yeah, so when you guys are all eating breakfast and whatnot, you guys can you all pass around the request sheet. So the last request that you guys picked up from that Monday, or the first day of the week, I'm just gonna call it Monday. It's the last one is to deliver a love letter. So basically the requester wants you to go to their house and pick up a love letter and deliver it to their crush. So that is, and the address is scrawled on the back of the request paper. So yeah, whenever you guys want to head out, you can head out. If you want to do more breakfast stuff, that's fine too. If you want to go bug Alvis for some reason, that's also an option. Yeah.
I don't know that I want to bug Alvis.
All right. When are we leaving to do this love letter quest?
I'm ready to go.
I guess we can go do that.
And then I look around and I'm like, oi, you guys, if you're going to do a quest for love, no weapons allowed. We have to leave our weapons behind.
Skid's gonna be like, oh yeah, for sure, and he's not leaving his weapons behind.
I mean, his weapons are visible though.
All right, can I stealthily hide my weapons to attempt to appease
I would like to do
Gundrick?
that too.
Yeah, let's roll
Sleight of hand or
deception.
stealth?
Ooh,
Yeah, so
yeah,
I'm rolling perception. They're rolling deception.
Let's roll for them. Let's do sleight of hand.
Oh, but
What
the
about
deception check
stealth?
was so good.
I think sleight of hand's better for like hiding stuff.
All right, sleight of hand. Okay.
Oh shit. All right. Well.
Oh, I got 18 both times.
Oh.
It's a 20 total.
Oh, hey,
I got 15.
Yeah, so Gundrick doesn't know that.
Dude, I got a 1.
Oh, so Gundrick knows that Skiz has his weapons.
Right?
Oi, Skiz! In the name of love,
Wait.
leave your weapons behind.
No, I think I'm good on that one. And fucking.
You can't do this quest, man. You're going to mess it up.
I want to be a hypocrite and also gang up on Skiz. Like, yeah, Skiz, what the hell, man?
You want to come take them from me?
You're like 2 feet. You're like 3 feet. You should definitely take them from you.
You can try.
What do we do here, DM?
I mean, that's
I mean, we
up to
can roll
you
like
guys.
opposed strength, and if you,
Skiz.
you take my weapons,
Yeah,
your
I mean, yeah,
strength is
look,
probably pretty good, right? I don't have good strength.
Yeah, if you want to roll opposing strength checks against each other.
My strength's terrible. It's 10, so
Mine's also 10. Perfect.
Ooh, even
All
better.
right, so I
Oh.
guess you two will roll opposed
It's just
strength.
flat 20s.
Ah.
When we roll for him,
Yeah, I gotta move the cat.
the cat's good
I
luck.
got an 18.
I got 19.
Hey! So Gundrick successfully pries.
Goes back, hey!
Yeah, he takes away Skiz's rapier and daggers, whatever he has on
His
him,
bow.
and
Take
he,
everything.
and,
Just a rapier and a crossbow.
Is that the only thing on you?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you telling the truth?
No, yeah. Since I rolled such a shitty sleight of hand, I definitely couldn't hide anything else too. Like I got a nat one.
That is
Like
true.
I'm barefisting now.
That is true. Yeah. So Gundrick takes away the weapons, and I'm guessing.
And I'm unequipping my own weapons. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha.
what's Thad trying to do?
Thad has been attempting to make breakfast this whole time because he's never actually made his own food because his mom always makes him breakfast. So he's been kind of like messing around at the stove, trying to do some stuff. He's given up on that. It's a sad sight over there. But
Can I go make? I offer Thad some bread.
he takes it. He definitely takes that. And so he's just gonna give up on the food, munch a little bread, and he drops his weapons too. He's down for the love battle.
I feel like Skiz
That's a
doing
lot
that,
of
like
fun.
and he like thought he was gonna kind of go like go make some food for Thad, but then the second that he got his weapon snatched, he was like, "Fuck these guys, not doing shit."
All right. So now that most of everyone is unequipped, we
This
yeah.
Jim?
So
Yeah, he's the only one with weapons.
yeah, Jim has hidden
I don't know what
his.
you're talking about. I have no weapons.
I got some.
All right. So if you look at the address, there's also a small map under it too on the paper, and it looks like it's taking you to the east side of Waterdeep. Which isn't really like a notable side. There's not like anything crazy or anything. It's just the east side of Waterdeep. So you guys wind through the city streets in the morning. It's a nice day out, and you get to the house, and it looks like a pretty normal house. Nice like cobblestone house in a nice neighborhood. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do here?
Well, is the person that we're supposed to deliver the letter for inside?
Yeah, I was
All right,
gonna
just
say
knock on the
probably
door.
knock. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, so when you guys knock on the door, you hear kind of like someone standing from a chair, and you hear coming, and you hear some feet walk towards the door, and the door swings open, and it reveals a slightly taller, like slender, half-elf woman. She has brown hair, and she has like amber eyes. She's pretty normal looking, and she has on a nice little sundress. So she goes, "Hi, how can I help you today?"
And I like nudge Thad on the side and whisper like, "Play some music, make it romantic."
Ooh, yeah.
Are we
He
supposed
starts.
to be delivering a letter for her?
Wait, do we have the
Yeah.
letter that we're delivering?
No,
to
she's
her?
giving us the
She's
letter.
giving
I
us
was
the
just
letter.
gonna say we're the people who.
Oh, she's giving us the letter. Never mind. Okay, I don't do that.
I like that.
Okay,
though.
so then
Not that you
I'll
do
just
anyway.
say to her that we're the ones who accepted your request to deliver the letter.
And she goes, "Oh my God! Like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like, please come inside." And she beckons you all to go inside. And it looks like she has some like tea on the stove, and she is getting ready to like pour you guys some tea
Nice.
and whatnot.
Skiz will graciously accept some tea.
Yeah. So yeah, she hands out the tea. She goes, "Yeah, I don't know. Like, I thank you guys so much. I know it's a really odd request, but I'm just really shy, and I can't really do this in person myself. So I really appreciate you guys for doing this." And she goes to a cabinet and pulls out a sealed letter and hands it to
Skiz will hold
Jim.
it out his hand to take
And
it.
she hands
Oh.
it to me. I was gonna say I give it to Gundrick then.
Okay.
To me, okay.
Well, Gundrick seems really
Thank you very
invested in
much.
this quest of love. So
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And I look over and I give it to Thad, and I'm like, "Thad, you are the ladies' man. you are the one who will handle these tasks."
Yeah, and she goes, "Yeah, please just deliver it. I just really want this love letter delivered. I mean, I really like the person, so I super appreciate it. She lives in a temple just outside of Waterdeep, so you can't miss it. It's like a pretty big temple with it's like a big spire in the middle. The morning light hits it like first thing in the morning, so it's a white temple. You can't miss it.
I mean, what's the person's name?
And she kind of looks a little comfortable. She goes, her name is Andi. Her name's Andi.
Is it like pretty serious with this Andy person?
I kind of. I mean, we had our first encounter kind of a couple months ago, and I just haven't been able to get her out of my mind since. So I decided to write this to her, and I found out that she was staying at that temple. So I figured, why not? What the heck, shoot my shot. That's a hearty burp there for a little
T
that's actually
just
really
makes me-
impressive.
makes
He
me
ate a
burp.
lot of rocks earlier this morning.
Yeah, rocks for sure. That's weird, but whatever. And she goes, yeah. So unless you guys want more tea, I'd prefer not to kind of stall this any longer.
Yeah, yep.
We'll get right on that.
Yeah, get right on.
And she goes,
Awesome.
yes. She goes, thank you so much. And she gives you a smile as you all leave her house, and the door closes behind you. And on the letter, roll like investigation or perception on the letter.
Nat 20.
Well, I got an
Oh,
8.
geez. Okay, so Gundrick actually has a letter, so I guess this would be more pertinent to him too.
Wait, I gave
I
it
have
over to.
one.
I saw it, and like held it for like a tiny bit, but I gave it over to Thad.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. So on the letter, you notice that the name isn't just Andy, it's spelled out as Enduiel.
Like the sausage?
Dulio.
No. See, I had this issue when I was writing this name too. No, it's Enduiel. So Anduiel. And there's a little heart next to the name,
Is
and
it like a
you notice
dotted
that
eye with the heart?
Ooh.
yeah. And there's you notice with the overall letter is that there's it's kind of see-through the envelope itself, and you notice there's a little kind of like burnt edges on the paper inside, like on the actual letter itself, not on the envelope. If you like hold it up to the sign light, which I assume Gundrick can notice since he got a 20.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I care enough to investigate further at this moment.
Dad
Yeah.
wants to investigate because he thinks that the girl was hot, and he's
Gotcha.
questioning delivering this letter now.
Wait, the person who gave him the letter?
Yeah. She's
Oh,
a half
let's go with
elf,
that.
kind of a cutie. He's like, maybe this isn't her destiny. Maybe she should pursue another path here.
Jim is definitely not at all interested. He just couldn't care less.
Skiz, since it's something that's closed and that he shouldn't open, really wants to open the letter and read its contents. But he's going to be sneaky.
Does he suggest that?
No, bro.
No, he does not.
Are we just looking at it through the sun more? Like holding it up to the light more?
Well, have you rolled investigation?
You see, I should do that.
You could also ask like a question.
19
Hold
plus
on, I
1,
wonder what
20.
this-
Oh yeah, so
Oh.
I'm gonna say you pretty much notice almost the same things as Gundrick. You notice the full name of Enduiel, and you notice there's slight singeing on the actual letter inside of the envelope.
Nice.
Thad sniffs the envelope.
It does smell a little burnt.
Okay.
All right, shall we get going? Should we go to the palace?
Yeah, I guess so.
Does Thad put the letter in
Yeah.
his pocket?
I mean, it's that's up to that.
Sure.
All right, I would like to try to pickpocket him.
I feel like you could just ask, but okay.
I know what classes freaking Skiz will be going to. Pickpocket classes every week.
Yeah. So let's roll. Just sleight of hand, I guess.
Do I roll perception?
Yeah, you can roll
18.
perception if you want. Ooh.
Oh no!
7 plus 4,
Oh, I thought
11.
that was a 1.
Yeah. So Skiz pickpockets the letter.
All right, I would
And
like
so now
to.
Skiz has possession.
I would like to kind of fall back and open the letter while we're walking. along the
I
way.
feel like
Alright,
he has to do like a
Yeah,
stealth
yeah,
check for that.
you would have to
Stealth?
do a stealth.
All right, I'll do a stealth check.
Yeah.
So we roll perception.
If you want, yeah.
16.
Ooh, yeah, you got to be a 16.
Damn, he's killing it.
Well, I have advantage on stealth.
That's true.
Yeah, I got a 15.
I
15.
do not notice. And
Okay.
I'm not sure I'd
Perception
care
as well?
either.
Yeah, but you already rolled your perception.
That was to take it out of my pocket, though. This is to hear you opening it.
Okay,
yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
true.
I got
I
a
think
7.
Gundrick
Nice.
would be very
that
offended to hear
noticed.
about this.
All right, well, yeah, but I'm gonna open up this letter while we're walking and start reading it.
You want to read it? Okay. So for
Dad noticed, so,
So-
he is gonna drop back and just like, but he's he's got a little bit of an
He
ulterior
wants to
motive
know
here, so
too.
he's just kind of gonna peek over
Yeah.
his shoulder with Skiz.
I'm just gonna kind of like wink at
Okay.
that and be like,
They're
Gotcha.
in on this
Okay.
together.
So when you open the letter, you do see that the edges of the letter are slightly singed, as if like some sort of fire has obviously been on the edges, and the actual writing of the letter, it's somewhat sloppy and messy, but it's legible enough that you can read it. So it begins, to my dear Andy. Oh, I've missed you so much. Ever since the last a few months ago in the cave, I haven't been able to stop thinking about you, and it's really hard to just get you out of my mind. And I know I shouldn't be feeling this way. I know I shouldn't write you this letter, but you race through my mind constantly. There's a couple other just like paragraphs of just the person professing their love to Anduil, and at the end it says, your favorite little demon, and it's signed Ariox.
wait, who was the person that we got the letter from?
You never asked her name, so
What's her name? Can you say her name? That name
so
again?
yeah, so the signature
Sign off.
reads Ariox, Ariox.
Ariox
Huh.
wrote the letter.
Coming on a little strong, don't you think?
Yeah, kind of getting desperate.
Oh,
But wait, that girl we talked to was totally a half elf.
She wasn't a demon, right?
Right.
Something fishy's going on here, Thad.
Yeah. Maybe she was in a disguise.
I feel like I would have noticed, though. I got a pretty keen eye for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
She didn't have no horns, neither.
Did you see a tail?
Do demons always have tails? What's
I don't
going
know.
on?
We're the dumbest people on this case.
She didn't smell like
Yeah,
no
so-
demon. I know demons like tea, neither.
Maybe if it's hot tea, though.
Oh, reminds them of home.
Hmm.
Interesting.
So yeah, I mean that's all you can kind of glean from the letter. So as you guys are walking outside of the city of Waterdeep, you do notice it's literally right outside. It's a pretty big white like temple / cathedral. There's a lot of sun imagery all around it, and there's a sign out front, like a big stone sign that says Temple of Lathander, and there's like you can see like priests and monks and stuff just milling about.
Doesn't seem like the kind of place a demon should be involved with.
Maybe that's why she wanted us to deliver the letter.
But she said she was just shy.
Hey, boys, come here. We gotta. I mean,
What did you guys think that girl who gave us the letter like looked like again? Did you get like vibes from her? Like maybe like hell vibes?
like, like fire.
I saw cute half elf. Nothing else.
Yeah. Did you
Follow-up
notice something,
question.
Thad?
Unrelated. Do demons like tea?
Can I roll history?
Roll. You can roll history for that. That's a pretty valid history roll.
All right, I have an 18.
Yeah, you can canonically, I guess, demons like tea.
Yeah, demons have been known to enjoy a cup of tea from time to time.
It's just like,
Interesting.
Do you know something, Skiz?
No.
Do we want to? Oh, actually, no. They'd have to decide to turn around.
I know a lot of
Yeah.
things.
I feel like if you would want to roll insider perception, but Skiz and Thad would have to kind of decide that they're trying to like deceive you in the first place for you guys to roll insight. So, I mean, whatever happens. But
Mhm.
Hmm.
I don't think.
Oh, are they still pretending they haven't opened the letter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got it like closed shittily.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
I hand it
I
back
don't give
to
a
Dad.
fuck. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't really care that much either. I'm just like, just skin fast being them.
Being idiots as usual.
All right, so should we head in?
Yeah, sure. Dad's gonna try
Yeah,
to like
send it.
lick the envelope to
Oh.
close it back up a little.
Yeah, I really hope they try to close it.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, give me a what would that be? All right.
Oh
just
wait,
give
once
me a
he lifts
straight.
it and closes it, Skiz is gonna take his one long tooth and go down. And spit it out, close it.
That's really good. That's really good. Yeah. Okay, so let's just say that happens. I was gonna make you roll something, but I feel like that's even better. Yeah, let's do that.
Already using X.
So yeah, as you guys enter the temple, you notice there's depictions of the sun god Lathander in like stained glass across the ceiling. You notice there's a few doorways leading to probably other wings of the temple or cathedral, and you notice there's also a doorway leading out to the courtyard, which also has a really big spire in the middle that kind of just goes up a few stories above the temple.
Are there any people?
Yeah, there's like random priests and monks rolling around.
What's the
they're
person's
just
name that
walking.
we're supposed to deliver this to again?
So the
Andy.
the
Andui.
person told you Andy, but the letter says Anduil.
Oh, I'm gonna walk up to like one of the guys and be like,
Hey, yo, you know an Anduil around here?
And the priest whips around. He goes, "What business do you have with Anduil?"
We go way back. We're friends.
I highly doubt that. You can't speak to Anduil. Anduil is not of the mortal plane, unlike you.
So can I ask
What?
this priest what do you mean by that?
And he goes, you must be new freshman at UAW, of course. So Anduil is a diva or a deva. I don't know how to pronounce it, but is a deva from or for the sun god Lathander. She's here to protect our temple and to take in the morning rays every day and spread them across the land. She's basically an angel.
So can we go talk to her?
No, she's a very private entity, and she does not like to be disturbed at all.
Does she like tea?
Gads, man, why are you so interested in Anduil?
I just seems cool. I don't
Is
know.
she a demon? No.
And so the priest kind of scoffs at you and says, "Regardless, you are not going to meet Anduil."
We have important business with her, good sir. It is imperative that we meet with her.
And he looks at you and he goes, "And what business is that?"
I had a vision of this town shrouded in darkness, and I need to consult with. I wish to consult with her about it.
And he goes, "And who are you?"
Oh, who is this? You don't know.
Hang on.
this?
I need to figure out my long name.
Yeah, I feel like that, and then I feel like you need to roll deception.
That's gonna hype him up with the whole like, how dare you even ask? Go ahead, tell him your name.
I am
This
Sir
guy.
Justinius Maximus Bartholomew Harris and Martha Jackson Francisco the Fourth, son of. I didn't give my parents' names, so son of Zachary and Melissa.
Julius
third,
Maximus.
third of my name. Really got to go the whole distance on.
Yeah. And the priest goes, "Well, I've never heard of you before in my life." And then, but he will kind of bite, and he'll say, "What exactly? Pray tell, what vision is this?"
I saw the town shrouded in darkness and demons appearing.
Oh, okay. Then can you roll deception?
Oh, it's not. Oh, I thought it was a 4 but it's 19.
Oh, okay, cool. So, and he goes, you have the ability of foresight?
Yes, I do.
And he goes, And the priest says, "Oh, this is troubling indeed." And he's pondering it over for a moment, and he says, "Well, I guess if it's something that important, then fine. I And he gives a really really big sigh. He's like, "I will guide you to Anduil," because
Of course you will.
he did really poorly on his insight check. So
Appreciated
he
And then he's
beckons
dumb.
you all to follow along, and he leads you out into the courtyard where the spire is. So the courtyard's really nice. It has like daisy. It's a lot of golden motifs in this place. So like golden flowers, daisies, dandelions, whatever. And in the spire, it's a great white stone spire, and he goes, "Here, this is where Anduil resides. Once you open the door here, just take the stairs all the way up. We're not normally allowed to go and meet with her and talk with her, but I fear in this circumstance, if it is this dire, then yes, go on in."
Appreciate the guidance, Father. And then I head up the stairs.
And then he goes, I don't like that. And then he goes back inside the temple. So yeah.
What, he didn't like that?
He
Sorry, I
don't think
appreciate
he
the
liked-
guidance, Daddy.
And he goes, that's much better. And he goes back inside the temple where he was before. So yeah, you guys open the door to the spire, and you see it's kind of like a long winding staircase just upwards, and at the top you see a door to a room, and it kind of looks like almost like a prison or cellar door too.
Can I like roll like perception of this like area?
Yeah, for sure.
15 total.
Cool. Yeah. So, I mean, especially for you, probably since you're a cleric, you feel a great amount of holy, like, power, aura, energy emanating from the top of the spire, behind the door, pretty much.
Shall
I
we?
was interested if there was like magic on the door or anything, but I guess that would have been.
Yeah, that would be an Arcana.
I'll do an Arcana check for funsies just because it looks very interesting.
Mhm.
Can I also do Arcana?
Yeah, for sure.
I got 14.
14. Yeah.
I got 11.
So yeah. I mean, there's nothing like outrightly like super magical about this, other than kind of like the holy aura you guys find yourself like attracted to or being drawn towards.
All right. Well, I guess let's just head in.
Wait, is this like the room? Like, do we know if this is like opening this door? Is this where the person's gonna be?
That's where the priest said that she lives inside the spire.
Okay.
Okay, so as you guys ascend the spire and you reach the door, there's kind of like little iron bars in the door, and you see bright light kind of dazzling and emanating through the little cracks, I guess, slits that the bars, I guess, make. Can't really overtly tell what's in there, but if you strain your eyes, you can kind of see what's in there. It's just really, really bright.
Do we see a figure? Do we have to roll?
Yeah, roll perception.
Perception.
In the meantime, Gurudrik is like, I want to build something like this one day. This is crazy.
Damn, I got a nat 20. So
Yeah, I
Oh,
got a
20,
9.
yeah. So, okay, so Jim, you
I got 10.
see. Okay, cool. So Jim sees a winged figure inside the room. She's tall. She's like very toned, muscular, athletic. She has long blonde hair. She's kind of facing away from the door, so you can't really see any facial features, but that's what you see overtly in there.
okay.
And the other two that rolled perception, you have to strain your eyes, but you can make out some sort of silhouette in there.
Make out.
I mean, it sounds like Thad's type of girl. I don't know, but let's walk.
Oh no, you
towards
said the other
person.
two. I was thinking Thad and Gundrig.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thad and Gundrig are just
like Jim's looking through the door and they're like not seeing it. They're just making out there.
Oh,
not canon.
well, let's.
Thad's
Yeah,
gonna
you wanna-
pull his loot around, and he wants to enter with a song.
Gotcha. Well, okay, let's try the
Open
door first.
Yeah, can we?
Yeah.
I just want to, I want everyone to know, like we're ready.
Yeah. So if you try the door, it's locked. So apparently the priest forgot to give you the key to the door.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
pick
look
it.
working tools.
I'm
But-
gonna
All right. Yeah. Do you want to?
Well,
Gonna lock-
Jeez, it must be so hard to pick a temple door. I feel like.
yeah, but I got thieves' tools.
the room isn't
Yeah, you
like
wanna-
there's holes in the door, right? It's not
Yeah.
soundproof.
No, it's not.
I'm
Yeah, you can
still
start.
gonna pick the
You can start strumming.
Hello.
That is gonna start a little melody. You can pick
What
the
do,
lock.
what do I have to roll for that?
Sleight of hand.
Done so many sleight of hand rolls. This nope. A 2 plus 5, 7.
Yeah,
We're
that's not
counting on
gonna
you.
do it. Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
And I look
but-
disappointed at Skiz when he fails to pick the lock.
But as soon as Thad starts strumming his lute, you hear a voice from inside the door that says, "Who goes there? Who is that?"
Thad's gonna start up a little. We bring you some love in form of a letter. Pay no mind if the paper is wetter.
Oh, jeez. Okay. And
Little
so
bit.
you hear
That's hilarious.
you hear the clinking of like metal boots as they approach closer to the door, and you see two piercing golden eyes look at you through the bars, and she goes, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
I just go, he has letter for you. Love letter.
And she goes, "Love letter? Oh my!" And so you hear the door unlocking, and she opens it. As you take your first glance of the room, and you see from basically on the other side of the room, it's just all open faced. It's meant for her to kind of receive the morning rays of the sun and to replenish her power and whatnot. So it's completely open air. And she goes, "Yes, come in, come in. I think I know what this is for." And she beckons you all inside.
All right, well, I'll walk inside.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
in.
cool.
I'm just looking around. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Gundra's
So
like,
you
who
s-
did your stonemasonry?
Exactly.
And so yeah, as you walk in, you kind of see it looks pretty much like a normal room. Like there's a bed, there's like an armor rack, there's a desk, and there's kind of like a pedestal in like the far end of the room near kind of the open faced windows. And she goes, "Yes, just can I have the letter, please?"
Milady, and he presents the letter.
Yeah, so she takes it from Thad and she opens it. She goes, "It's a little wet," and she opens it and she
No
reads
mind.
it, and she
Clearly didn't listen to
goes,
the song.
"Oh, Ariox," and she looks at you all and she says, "So do you like know who gave this to you?"
No,
Not really. We were just paid to do a job.
Yep. All right. Gotcha.
Don't shoot the messenger.
What's an Ariox?
And she goes, "Well, what did the person who gave this to you look like?"
Half-elf, pretty.
She liked tea.
And and Duil, she goes, "Yeah, I figured she would take that form." So she sits down on the bed, and she goes, "Well, I suppose since you're already here, I should tell you the entire story."
I'm
Gundrick is enthralled. He's like, "Ooh, story from Diva. Interesting."
Yeah. So
That's
it's
gonna
kind of
give
like
Skiz a look like
I
we
was gonna say,
wanted
like-
something here.
Yeah, so and before she does it, she also casts Zone of Truth. So no line. Well, Zone of Truth is
Is it a
Zone of
save?
Truth.
Yeah.
I think
it's a save.
consent to Zone of Truth.
I want a line.
You have to make a charisma saving throw of 13.
A charisma
All right,
saving
let's
throw?
see.
Oh, Nat 20.
Ooh.
14
I
plus 6, 20.
I rolled exactly 13, but I have a +1, so I do in fact
Okay.
make the save.
Okay, so
Oh, Christmas save.
Yeah.
You got good charisma, Gundrick. You got this.
Dude, I got 20 as well.
Oh,
Not
geez.
20.
okay,
Wow.
so you
That
guys
zone
can,
is useless.
yeah, you guys can definitely lie if you want to in here. So yeah, she beckons you guys to all like take a seat somewhere, and as she tells you the story, so she goes, "Yeah, so a while back, I don't know how in tune you guys are with the, I guess, the religions and the gods of Faerun, but as you might know, I'm a diva or an angel, pretty much, of Lathander. Lathander is a sun god. I was out on patrol a few months ago, and I encountered a horn devil squad from Avernus We fought. Many lives were kind of lost. I was with my troop as well. I ended up being struck down, and I found shelter in a cave. And it just so happens that a horned devil also found herself in that cave. We were both too weak to do anything to harm each other at that point, so we kind of relied on each other for survival, and it ended up being, and she says it with a somber smile, like quite a nice time. And at the end of it, we saw each other off, but I don't know, I do think there might have been something there, but it's weird. I'm a diva, she's a devil. It's like I can't. I just can't. As much as I want to, I can't.
Why wouldn't that work?
The star-crossed lovers thing, bro.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, and she goes, it's just, I mean, if I decide to give in, I lose my powers, and I can't protect this temple anymore. And I know she wants to. I mean, demons and devils are all driven by, desires and wants and needs and whatever. But if I end up giving into it, then I can't protect the city anymore as I used to.
All right. Well, I think Jim does not care at all and is ready to just leave and go collect his paycheck. So,
And I just like am thinking, I'm like, doesn't D&DU do enough protecting around here? They got really strong people there. No, I understand you're really powerful, but if we lost you as a diva, do you think we would fall to such thing, to violence?
And she says, well, that's the thing, I don't know, because I feel like if I do lose my powers, and we're susceptible to more attacks from devils and demons and creatures from Avernus and from pretty much hell, pretty much. And I don't want to jeopardize that just for something that I want to do.
I think people would be fine at the end of the day.
All right, do you want to roll persuasion for that?
Sure. Was not very persuasive, I will say. Oh, my modifier is actually pretty lit, so it's a 7.
It's a 7. Okay, does anyone else want to roll persuasion?
Dad wants to, just like, isn't there anyone else that could like help you out, or you got a backup around here?
And she goes, well, it's a very long process to crown a new diva for a god. It's a very intensive process with years of service, and I may not look it, but I'm pretty old, so yeah, it's I don't think it's in the cards for me to go through with this.
So that girl that like gave us this letter, that like that's not the one. She was just kind of like an intermediary, though, right?
No, that was probably Ariox herself. She probably didn't want to spook you guys too much by appearing as a devil, so she's really nice, and she probably just disguised herself to not scare you guys off.
Dad leans his skiz and disguise. I was right.
We know it.
Yeah, so she goes, yeah, I mean, regretfully, I probably will have to decline her advances, but here. And she takes off an amulet, and she hands it to, I guess, whoever, to Thad, I guess. And she goes, yeah, give this to Ariox. I'm sure she'll understand what this means. She'll probably take it as a no. I regretfully can't abandon my duties as the current diva for Lathander, but thank you for this. And she holds up the letter. She goes, thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. And she tucks the letter into her desk.
No problem.
And she goes, yeah, and just so you don't have to kind of go through the temple, and she snaps her fingers, and you all feel a little kind of like queasiness. She goes, I'm just going to beam you guys down to the front entrance. And
sick.
Yeah, so as you get a little stomach sick, your vision kind of warps in front of you as you find yourself in front of the temple again.
Hey, Dad, let me see that amulet.
Can I like perceive the amulet? I want to check out what it is.
You can investigate the amulet.
Yeah, let me do that.
I'll investigate with you.
18.
11. But he's
All
moving
right,
it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like a golden amulet pretty much, and if you open it, there's a little latch that you can open it with. You do see it's a photo of, or not a photo, I guess a portrait. It's a portrait of a girl that kind of looks like Induil, but with brown hair and brown eyes, and she's kind of just posing for the portrait and smiling. So
I wonder if we
Interesting.
could go around town somewhere and maybe get a appraisal of this here.
And I look at Skiz and I'm like, no, we still have a job to do.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Gundrick just goes, I'm not fucking with a diva. That seems like a bad time.
But just think about it. She doesn't plan on seeing this lady again. And, like, if the job is worth, like, I don't know, 2 gold pieces, what if this amulet's worth, like, 3 or 4?
You're gonna ruin our reputation. No one will want to hire us anymore.
She doesn't know that we have this amulet for her.
You might be underestimating the power of this diva and demon, sir.
You're outvoted here, man.
I don't know.
Skiz, not the time for shenanigan. If this were like simple monk, maybe, but this is diva. Diva!
Well, I'm glad that Gundrick is only opposed to it because of, who it is. He's not opposed to theft in general. That's good.
No, I'm mostly opposed to. It's more like I'm neutral on theft, but like here I don't want to die.
yeah, so as you guys trudge back through the city streets, you pass by all the houses. You go back to the east side of Waterdeep, and back to the same house. And you can see that the girl, or as you would probably know now as Ariox, she's just sitting on the front porch of her house, and she's reading a book to herself. Yeah, she notices you guys walk up. She goes, "Oh, like how did it go?"
We've delivered your letter.
Got some bad news
and-
for you.
And she goes,
I think we should let Thad break it to her.
Dad's just gonna hand her the amulet and just be like, you said you'd know what this meant.
and she takes it and she goes, "Yeah, I'm." She sighs and she goes, "Yeah, I figured this would be the answer, but actually, come inside real quick." And she beckons you back inside again.
I do not really want to go inside.
I'll go inside. I'm so excited. I have no idea what's going to happen.
I'll follow Gundrick then.
Yeah. So she goes, I have more tea. And so she pours you guys some more tea. And she goes, "At this point, I'm pretty sure you probably know who I am now if Andi sent you with this." So in a flash of flame, the door's closed, so no one from the outside can see. You guys are inside at this point. In a flash of flame, you see Ariox grow 2 horns out of her head. She grows maybe another half foot in size. Wings sprout out, like bat wings sprout out of her back, and a long, like serpent tail just comes out as well.
Skiz looks at that and she's like, "Hey,
The horns!
Oh my
And
god!"
her eyes turn red, and her skin also turns red. And she goes, "Well, this is me. This is Ariox. I didn't want to. Obviously, I didn't want to keep just trying to deceive you guys anymore. I was just trying to be nice and not like speak to you guys, because if you open the door and you see a devil, like what are you gonna do?" So
How does Gundrick react?
Yeah,
to
we
this?
would have freaked out. We appreciate it.
Gundrick's okay with this? All right.
Skiz gonna like
I don't
walk
give a
around and, like,
fuck.
try to
I
poke
thought you
at
were
her
very
tail.
superstitious, but all right.
And she goes, "Yeah, I mean, obviously people have this stereotype of devils as, like evil, scary, but most of the time we're just trying to live life and do our jobs down in Avernus. So I really just came up here to, see if, Andi wanted to give it a shot. But I totally get it. I mean, if I was in her shoes, I might have done the same as well. So, thanks a lot." And she goes into a back room and comes out with another amulet, this time in the shape of a pentagram. And she gives it to you guys, and she goes, "Well, thanks so much, but if you guys ever need to reach me or anything, this would be the best way." And so she hands you the amulet with the pentagram, and also hands over 40 silver to split between you guys.
All right, 10 silver.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And she goes, And she goes, "Oh, one more thing. I don't know how aware you guys are of the inner workings of the city. I know you guys are probably just freshmen or whatever, but there's something. There's something in like the back ends or stirring in the city. I don't know what it is yet. I think they call themselves like the cadre, but from what I know, they've reached down to Avernus as well. But they're a group of individuals, creatures, people that want to do anything to get power for something. I don't know what it is, but it's been all the rage down in hell, pretty much.
They're called the cadre.
They're called the cadre. Yeah, that's the name that's been floating around. Yeah, if I had to be honest, it kind of scares me a bit because I don't know how much power they have right now. They seem to hold a lot of influence in many different circles of society. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up because I don't know, it might come up one day. They might show themselves. So in case you need to be prepared, or if you want to tell someone about that, then that would be great either. But yeah, just want to let you guys know before you head out. And she grips the golden amulet from Induil pretty tightly. And she goes, "Well, I should probably get back down to Avernus. I can't be missing for too long." And she waves goodbye, and in another flash of flames, she disappears, and there's a pentagram left on the ground.
So who wants to hold on to the amulet?
I'll hold on to amulet. I don't care.
All right, Gundrick can take that.
Wow. Surprising for our superstitious friend.
I'm not superstitious. It's just that ghosts appear on the left side of my bedroom.
I understand.
So Gundrick takes the amulet, and when you take it, it feels pretty warm to the touch. And you notice there's also a button on the back of the pentagram as well, if you want to press it.
Probably just
Press it.
Can I do a Arcana check?
Yeah, do an Arcana.
I got a 23.
Oh my god. Okay, so you know very well that this amulet is pretty much a walkie-talkie that goes straight to Ariox. So if you hold the button on the back, you can talk to Ariox at any time.
Okay, wait, so have we left yet?
No, you're still in the house.
So I click the button and I'm like, Ariox, can you hear me?
And she goes, "Yep, loud and clear. Is that the dwarf?"
Yep.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't get any of your names. I'm so sorry. And she goes, "Well, just for reintroductions, my name's Ariox, and yeah, I'd love to know all your names. You've been super helpful."
Yes, I am Gundrick, and I pass it over to Skiz. I don't pass it over because I don't trust him to hold anything. But I hold it out for Skiz to talk.
I'm James.
James, okay, nice to meet you. Is that the gnome?
Yes.
Okay, cool. James the gnome. What an interesting name.
I hold it out to Thad.
Thad Ladley. I'm the other half elf here.
Oh, I wasn't really actually a half elf, but nice to meet you.
Yeah, I get. There's plenty of demons in hell, so don't get too down on yourself.
No, yeah, but we'll see. Plenty of other hellfish in the hell sea, if you know what I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Just really bummed about this one. We spent 2 months in a cave together, so yeah.
That's a long time in a cave. I am Jim. Hello.
Is that the Aarakocra? Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, it has to be the Aarakocra. It's the last person left. Yeah. So nice to meet you, everyone. Yeah. So if you ever need to contact me for anything, if you want my advice, or you need a little, devil on your shoulder, I'll be right here.
Thanks, Ariox.
So yeah, you guys are. I assume you're probably just gonna leave the house, and now you have you have a devil friend. So yeah, as you walk back towards campus, it looks like a pretty normal day, but you notice some, like people are actually roll perception. Roll perception. I feel like you should roll perception with this.
24.
9.
Ooh.
17.
15.
Cool. Okay, so Skiz, Jim, and Thad. I'm just gonna say Gundrick is too enthralled with the pentagram amulet.
I am so excited. I'm gonna call her like every day. Like I have a demon I can talk to. That's so cool.
You could learn about demon stonemasonry.
I know, right?
Yeah, so as you are all walking through the city streets of Waterdeep back towards campus, you guys notice that you feel like you're being watched, and not from like a hidden spot. You see townspeople are like just straight up looking at you with blank expressions, and like it looks like people are pausing and like stopping their day just to look at you.
Boys, I'm getting a bad feeling right now.
Yeah, feeling a little too popular, maybe.
Maybe they've heard some of your music.
I kind of wish we had our weapons right about now.
And whose fault is that?
Well, we did our quest of love. There still is love there, so I think we succeeded. They just need a little bit of time. But now we do need our weapons, I feel like.
They probably just
Let's
want to
hurry
hear
back.
Thad's hit new single.
Yeah, maybe that's
I'm
it.
just gonna yell over at one of them. Hey, what are you looking at?
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that always works. Antagonize the crowd.
And when you yell that out, a little girl steps out from the crowd and she goes, "You shouldn't be here." And she cocks her head to the side and she points at you, and the other townspeople start pointing at you as well, and they all slowly begin to walk
Fucking
at
hate
you.
Okay, Arcana check.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Roll
That was
Arcana.
the same voice as
14.
last night. I don't know.
And
14.
I have 15.
10,
13.
15, 13. Okay, so you can definitely tell there is obviously something magical. Like the townspeople are being like mind controlled by something, but you can't really tell from where or by whom. And so yeah, they're kind of slowly walking at you like zombies.
Skids is I'm gonna toss my grappling hook up onto a roof and climb up to a roof.
And I'm like, guys, we should run right about now.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm scrambling to the roof because we need our weapon.
Okay, so Thad and I are running
Yeah.
while Skids is on the roofs.
It's Jim
Running
Fallon.
over
Yeah.
rooftops and shit.
Your legs are like 2 feet long.
I've got a grappling hook.
Okay.
As you guys are running through the crowd or like running through the streets, you notice that none of the people are like overtly trying to like touch you physically or like hurt you. They're pretty much just trying to either like get in your way, just like they're all just pointing and walking at you. And you guys, for Thad and Gundrik, you guys are just like shoving your way through crowds of people. Jim is flying above and Skiz is running on rooftops. But for Jim, because I feel like you have a bird's eye view of this quite literally, you see like hordes of people just doing the same thing across the city, kind of for some reason converging on like your position,
Interesting.
like you four.
I don't like
I was gonna say,
like they're coming towards us, or they're just pointing.
They like a combination of both. Like some are walking and then some are just pointing at you. They all have blank expressions in their eyes and they're just repeating like, "You shouldn't be here," or like stuff along that lines, like real creepy.
How long have we? How far are we away from?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you are probably let's just say like a mile from the school.
Oh, okay.
and
We're
it
just
took-
sprinting back, trying to get back. I feel like.
and it took you the entire morning to do this whole love letter quest. So it is beginning of the afternoon.
can I like swoop down and like kind of like grab Thad in my like talons and take him along with me, because I feel like Thad might be struggling a little bit pushing through all these people, and I want to help him out. Because
Well, are we having to push through people, or is it more that they're just
yeah, I mean, depending on what part of town you're in, you're kind of like elbowing people out of the way. Maybe if people just happen to already be in the middle of the street, kind of just glazed over looking at you, you kind of shove them out of the way. But yeah, if Justinius wants to do that and you want to make a strength check,
I
I feel like it would be hard to fly with someone,
yeah, that's exactly.
like really hard.
I want us to do it.
Thad
That's
weighs
a homie.
160 pounds.
Isn't Thad like the biggest person in our party?
He's 5'10", 160 pounds.
Oh, that is true. He's pretty big.
Why are you so
Yeah,
fat?
exactly.
Well, I rolled
10,
an
160 is
18,
pretty-
so
regular.
Oh,
He's right.
geez. Okay, I mean, I feel like with an 18, you kind of just do it.
I feel like
So
you're
you
probably
kind of-
like
yeah,
flying just high enough that Thad's feet are sort of stepping on everyone's head. Still, he's still.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
hilarious.
That's great. That's great.
Sorry.
So, Jim, Yeah, Jim kind of takes Thad by the shoulders with his like lower talons, and he like lifts him up. But Thad's a little heavy, not like heavier, but he's obviously the biggest one of the group.
He's a
So
chunky
he's
boy.
kind of like almost. It's kind of like levitating above the crowd, and it's like what Kirsten just described. It's kind of like that thing of you're like stepping on people's heads, and you're kicking them to the side on accident. You accidentally kick a child in the face.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I feel bad about
But
this
yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, but as you are all like running through the city and approaching the campus gates, you see Lamelia in front of the school, and you also see Corelio, which is her vice president and like second in command. She looks at I'm assuming you all are kind of going at the same speed, and she looks at you and she goes, "I need you to stop right now."
Are you fucked up too? What's going on?
No, and I stop immediately because I know how fucking dangerous Lamelia is.
I'm gonna say, hey, what's your name? What's our names? Give me something to go with.
And she goes, "My name is Lamelia, and you four are part of the Pariah Guild, and I need you to stop right here."
All right, Skiz will take that and stop.
Yeah, I stopped dead in my tracks.
You know what's going on with the town folks?
And she goes, "I think the better question is, what's going on with you all?"
And
Oh,
I
I
ask
don't
her,
like this.
what?
And she goes, "Did you happen to come into possession of a gem of some sorts?"
No.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh shit!
And her eye, you can see in her and Corelio's eyes, they turn purple, and she goes, "I'm gonna need you to hand it over right now."
Hand what over?
And what over?
And she readies her shield
Holy
and lance.
shit! We're
and
unarmed.
And she
Some
goes,
of us are unarmed.
"What?"
Can I do an Arcana check to see if she is? Oh wait, but we already did an Arcana check for the general population because I'm trying to figure out if she is actually controlled.
Well, but her
Or like-
eyes changed color. I feel like that warrants some kind of check, right?
Yeah, if you want to roll Arcana on
Yeah.
Lamelia and Corelio, it's a good idea.
Nope, one.
Yeah, I got a 6.
That's okay. So you could tell that her eyes are obviously purple, but it seems that she's just being kind of overly aggressive with you guys in terms of demanding that gem. And she goes, "I know you have it, and he needs it."
Who's he?
Oh, okay. With that, I go, "Okay, guys, is it time to run?"
Can I do perception? I want to see, like, is Sar anywhere nearby? Do we see any kind of, like, because I know she went on her adventure, or is she just nowhere in sight?
I was, yeah, she told you she was leaving the city in the morning, or she told Jim that she was leaving the city in the morning, and she wouldn't be back until later that night.
Just
Can
abandoning us.
you describe this gym? Like, we don't have a gym. What are you talking about? What does it look like?
I mean, we've got Jim right here.
No. So what I do while he's saying that, I tell Jim, I turn to Jim and I go, "Jim, drop Thad right now." And then at the same time, I take the amulet or whatever we got from.
That's not what they want.
Oh, the pentagram.
Wait, what?
Or
What do they want?
I have a gem.
So okay, just out of character, real quick. When you guys
A
fought
rat
the
king.
Rat
I
King
took
in
a
the
gem from
sewers,
his crown.
Oh, okay.
And I think
okay, that's what they go.
Thad and Skiz saw the gem, but I don't
I
know
did,
if they necessarily have considered what it actually is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that you
in
actually
that case-
Either way, I'm not ratting you out.
Yeah, just so that we're all clear about what they're actually asking for.
Yeah.
Thad has forgotten that there is a gem. He's as clueless as you.
I'm just gonna be clueless then.
Oh wait, no, you
Yeah.
can hold out that
Yeah.
amulet though and be like, "This."
Yeah, okay, I'll hold it out and I'll be like, "Is this what you're looking for?"
Corelio, who's standing next to Lamelia, his head kind of like twitches, and he goes, "You know, that's not what we're asking
I think
for."
Skiz is just gonna like slowly like out of his pockets take out like various gems. Like,
What about this one? Is this the one that you're talking about?
Is this card?
What about this gym? Is this the one that you looking for? I got a lot of gyms. Like, I kind of like to pick shit up as I'm going around. Like, what do you expect from me?
And Corelio, he goes, "I'm so sick and tired of your impudence." And so what Corelio's wielding, it's like a spear or like a lance with a flag wrapped around it.
We could
And
die
he
right
lowers
now.
it. He lowers it and he goes, "You're gonna hand it over right now, or we're gonna have a problem."
Whoa, big guy.
I mean,
All right,
what's so
like,
important about this gem?
And Corelio says, he needs it.
Who needs it?
And as you ask that question, you hear some townspeople from behind you as well. They're kind of catching up, and Lemelia and Corelio, their heads start twitching, and they just keep repeating, "He needs it. He needs it. He needs it."
Okay, I'm gonna look at the group and say, I think it's time to go.
I'm gonna back up and whisper to Jim like, "Hey, I think it's time to fly away, buddy."
Yeah, no, I go over, I look up at Jim, and I'm like, Jim, leave now, fly away.
Yeah, I'm going. I'll take off.
Get Albus.
And then the rest of us, and I turn to the rest. What?
I'm gonna yell at Jim as he's flying away, like, get Albus, help us, try to figure something out.
Yeah, that's good.
I can go fly away.
And then I turn to the other two, and I'm like, scatter.
We're just gonna all split off.
Yeah, so the Pariah Guildies, you all scatter into various alleyways and trenches of the city. Jim, I'm assuming you're kind of flying over Lemelia and Corelio back towards the Pariah Guild on campus, pretty much. And as you're flying over the campus, you see a bunch of students and whatnot, also kind of arming themselves and looking up at you, pointing at you as well.
Clarifying question, is everyone looking at us as well and pointing at us, or are they all tracing Jim with the gem?
No, they're all looking at you guys as well.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so everyone's being chased by some sort of person.
Can I roll stealth to hide? Get away from sight?
Mm-hmm.
He's a stealthy boy.
I am. I got a 17.
17, cool. Yeah, with that, you have Corelio after you, but you stealth yourself. You hide yourself well enough that you're pretty safe for the time being. So with Jim, we're gonna stick with Jim for a little bit. As Jim lands in front of the Pariah house,
grab our weapons.
Yeah, so you open the door, and what do you do when you enter the house?
That's a good suggestion. First thing I do, I guess, is I'll go grab the weapons, and then I'll go upstairs to where Alvis's room is to see if he's around.
His room's open. Like the door is unlocked. So you open the door, and you see him just standing in the middle of the room, back towards you, looking out of a window.
I think I'll just I mean, well, I want to roll a check, but I also want to say hi.
Okay, which one do you want to do first?
I'll roll the Arcana check first. I think Alvis is trustworthy because the Vision said that we could trust him. Well, 9's probably not good enough.
Okay, so yeah, you don't really notice anything too wrong about him.
All right, well, I'll just say, like, Alvis, what's going on?
He turns around petting a cat.
Swivel chair.
No, and he kind of looks behind him and he goes, "Is that the bird?"
Yes.
And then he fully turns around and he goes, "Good. I need your help."
You need my help?
Ooh. He says, "Yeah, there's a citywide mind control spell, and pretty much the Pariah Guild is the only place where it hasn't affected, and I assume it hasn't because." And then he gestures outside of the house, and he goes, "Because Sar has wards outside of the house." And he looks at you again. And he's like, "And I assume since you're here, the others probably aren't affected as well, since they spent a lot of time in this house so far. So although they are away from it, they might succumb to it a little bit later, but they have resistance to it for now." But he starts grabbing his swords and like gear and stuff, and he goes, "Well, we need to leave, and we need to figure out what the hell is going on."
I was gonna say, do you have any idea what the source is?
And he's as he like straps everything on, and he stops at the entrance of his door, and he turns around and he whispers one word. He goes, "Melodrin. It has to be Melodrin."
Who is Melodrin?
And then he sighs. And he's like, I didn't want to catch you guys up in this, and I'm pretty sure Sar told me the other day that you guys stumbled upon some of his shit as well. But all right, so Melodrin's one of the cadre that is vying for power across Faerun. I've been tracking him for months now. He's some sort of a mad scientist type, you would say. He loves experimenting on things. He loves fucking with things. He loves toying with things. As long as he gets more power to do so, it's purely just for his enjoyment. And I'm assuming when you guys went into the sewers, you took something from either his laboratory or from one of his experiments that, you know, he didn't want to lose. One of his toys, probably. So, and then he gets kind of close to you. He goes, so did you take anything?
I feel like you need to like kind of answer that right off the bat. Like this is a conversation. You don't have time to.
No, this is like in like a visual novel or like in one of the like Walking Dead Telltale games where
You have
you
time
have
limits. You
choices.
ready?
You have choices.
Anthony, my hands touch.
I trust Alvis, so I will reveal the gems that I've taken.
So he takes a look at it and he goes, "Yep, this would do it." And he gives it back to you and he says, "Yeah, this is a pure conduit of just mind control energy, pretty much." And he goes, he probably noticed it was missing and is going crazy looking for it all over the city. And
if the gem contains mind control energy, could we like reverse it to cancel out the spell?
And he goes, yeah, but we'd need an equal amount of a conduit to channel it and spread it across the city. And it'd have to be high enough for it to, cover the whole city. But the only place high enough would be the Temple of Lathander. Yeah, the Temple of Lathander, which is outside of the city.
The temple we were just at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. So
I just feel like, hey, I was just there this morning when we talked with the diva.
Yeah, and he goes, yeah, I know. I saw the request you guys are taking on, so it's a little unfortunate, but we're gonna have to claw our way all the way back there. And he also goes, and he notices you're holding the others' weapons and items, and he says, I think we should also try to get as much help as we can. So while I go find people on campus who weren't affected, you should probably go find your friends out there and meet me back here.
But she's in an open-faced tower. Why doesn't he just fly?
Jim?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't
fly all the way there. Just go do it. And you got it. You can be a solo mission.
And Alvis goes, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they're mobilizing. It sounds like Melogen's just mobilizing everyone on campus, so that includes archers, probably city defense. So,
well, what about Sar? Do you know where she is?
Yeah, she went out on actually another recon mission for. And he goes, it's another whole fucking thing, but pretty much the whole meaning and reasoning of the Pariah Guild, why we came into existence, is to hunt down and capture or kill all the cadre members. That is our singular mission. Like, we act like we care about school, but in all honesty, I don't give a fuck about this place. I just need a place to operate out of.
I don't say that. Okay, I think priority one is finding the other guild members.
Yeah.
You want to meet back here?
It might be tough to, or for you at least, to go out there, get all the rest of the Pariah Guildies, and then come back here. So just meet me at the temple, and I'll hopefully be able to bring in some help as well.
Okay. But if we get there and I don't see you at the temple, we'll only have so long before we need to make a move.
And he goes, I know. And he grabs your shoulder and he goes, I'll be there.
All right, I trust him. Alice is a badass. So.
And he turns around and he goes, like, I was really hoping I would just get to sleep all day, but whatever. And he opens his window and he climbs on through and jumps off and starts sprinting towards campus. And to be fair, he's sprinting at a superhuman speed.
Well, I'm jumping out the window too, and I'm going to take off flying overhead. I won't let him beat me.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for listening to D&DU. This homebrew campaign features Jack Anderson as Gundrick Farforge, Anthony Berry as Jim, Quinn Howe as Skiz, Kirsten Lucy as Thad Ladley, and myself, Ethan Wynn, as the DM. This podcast is also mixed, managed, and edited by myself too. We're having a lot of fun recording this podcast and hope you're enjoying the ride so far. Feel free to share this podcast with anyone you think would enjoy it. We'll catch you in the next one.